Howdy, everyone. Welcome in TexAgs Rewind. Obviously not David Nuno, but I guess I'll pass it over to the Social Center one last time. Anna Rosa Peterson's very last day on TexAgs Radio. She killed it. We had an all-time word of the day pop quiz, if you'd call it that.
We did. Well, we did the word of the day, and then I added a few more that we had some honorable mentions throughout the past year. We've done word of the day. So, yeah, it's been a year of doing that segment. Hope everybody enjoyed it, but it is retiring now,
unfortunately.
With me. It's like retiring a jersey, right?
Yeah,
Taking the segment with you.
I'm sure they'll find ways to interweave, Riz and...
Oh, I hope.
Golly, just too many words. You've used words that I didn't know existed, and I'm only 24, so...
Well, they were kind of making fun of me for... I kept saying I'm senti today as an abbreviation.
That should have been the word.
Honestly, it should have, because I kept saying I'm senti, like I'm sentimental about leaving TexAgs. It's been a wonderful little career that I've been able to develop a lot here and be poured into by so many wonderful people. So really have appreciated my time here. Love everybody at TexAgs. I hope that people, stay connected with me after this. But yeah, I'll be in Dallas. Can't wait for that adventure. But yeah, let's get into the actual rewind though.
Moving on to big things, Anna Rosa. So yeah, on the rewind today, we had your final word of the day. Of course, that had to make it. NFL draft recap with John Harris, kind of went over what the Texans did. Houston Texans sideline analyst. Former A&M running back Brandon Leone was always great to see him, no matter when it is. And Kendall Rogers of D1 Baseball talking a little Aggie baseball series against Florida and whatnot. Check it out.
All right, let's get into some honorable mentions here before the time runs out. So I was thinking like pop quiz style. I throw out a word, see if y'all remember it. I can refresh your memory if not. Risen. Do we remember that?
That means you've risen to the occasion?
He is risen?
He is risen. That's a good one. It's pull game, ability to pull somebody, spit game.
Oh, Riz.
Yeah.
They don't say risen. They say Riz. My
well,
boys
it
use that all
could
the
be
time.
used in both ways. Like risen is a verb. Like, he's risen over there.
OB's got Riz.
Yeah. Or you got major Riz. Yeah, exactly.
You got major Riz, OB. Major Riz.
Is that like rheumatism?
It's like you can spit game to the I don't know. I want to go there. Never mind.
All right. Simp. Do we remember that? That's
that one. I've used
way
it.
back when.
Well, I was told Quinn the other day, don't be a simp for some crazy girl.
Good. I'm glad we remember that.
Girl.
A simpleton?
Yeah, that's what it's short for. You should never be a simp.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Ferda. Do we remember this one?
That's early.
That was really early. I know. I dug deep for that one.
Is it like a little dog that you carry in a purse? No.
Like Ferda boys.
Oh.
But it's spelled Ferda.
Hey,
so are you Ferda?
You go watch
Ferda
like
girls.
a Marvel movie for the boys.
Okay.
Do you not remember that one?
No. I probably will never use it in my life.
That's okay. Well, you know how they say like, Saturdays are Ferda boys?
Yeah.
So people just are
Do
like,
you really
Ferda.
this way?
No, I'm sure you think I only talk this way because this is the only glimpse you have into my life. Yeah. I don't know half of these before I get on here. I'll be asking my friends, or I'll hear things and then I'll just like jot it down in my notes.
Okay.
I promise this is not in my vernacular.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but last one.
All right.
Cannot forget. I think this one was hilarious when we did it. Purr. Do you remember purr?
Purr, girl. Like, arr.
That may have been the funniest one we did.
Like something like when you're happy?
Like when...
Like
a cat
It
purring?
means like slay. Yeah.
Which is another
slay.
one.
Like kill it? You kill someone?
Yeah. David was like, purr, girl.
Slay,
remember that?
Girl purr. The trade for Will Anderson, which many people thought they gave up too much, wasn't really a trade for Will Anderson. Was actually a trade for C.J. Stroud. Talk about the strategy there.
Correct. I think there are a few things. It's hard to do this in a short time. I'll do my best. If you had drafted Anderson first, then you would have left the Titans and the Colts in the running to trade to number 3. So the draft compensation was already rich as it was. But if you left Stroud on the board at 3, you were going to have the Titans and the Colts in that mix. Once you drafted Stroud at 2, it dropped both of them out because they were not coming up to get Will Anderson. So now all of a sudden you don't have to pay as rich a price. Now, the price. So to me, that's pretty logical. That's why when Daniel Jeremiah put it on his mock draft, I thought he had it backwards for that reason. So the price itself, here's how I've put it. Number 12 became 3. So you upgraded. Then the 4th that you got back from Arizona, you turned into a 3rd rounder. So the 3rd rounder you gave Arizona, that cancels out. So essentially you gave up 33 and the 1st next year. Now, to me, this trade becomes a really sore spot in 2024 if you're 3-13-1 again. Now, we had to work our butt off to get to 3-13-1, if you know what I mean. It's a much better team. I don't think it's a playoff team yet, but I think it's a team that can win 6-7 games. And if that's the case, your number's 9, 10, 11 in the draft. You're not in the top 2. If you're 9, 10, 11 in the draft, then all of a sudden Arizona doesn't get the top 2 picks. Well, everybody's putting the top 2 picks as Arizona and us because they think we're the 31st worst team or 31st best team. And I don't think that's the case. I think the team has improved. If we flame out and go 3-13-1, yeah, you can argue it was a bad decision. But you went and got those guys so you wouldn't be 3-13-1 and that you could start to show strides and wins with 6, 7, 8 wins this year in 2023.
Is there a game on the 2023 schedule that will tell you, yeah, I think the offense has figured it out or not, or this team has figured it out?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's Auburn. I think it's your first conference game at home. You'll have 3 non-conference games before that, 2 of them against, non-Power 5 or some cupcake-type teams, and then one of them's on the road against Miami. Miami was 5-7 last year.
But they're Miami.
It is on the road. Not that that's a strong, home strength for the Miami program, but they are Miami. They do have talent, and Auburn is going to be, to me, last year the most disappointing game of the season was Auburn. I went to the game with a bunch of friends. It was the worst offense. I think we had 12 plays for -2 yards in the 3rd quarter. And so when I think about the schedule, I try to put myself back in the mindset of being a player. I know Connor, I guarantee you, knowing the competitor that he is, that he was disappointed with his performance, that the whole team. But I think that in my mind, you got to have that game circled as a player. It was embarrassing. Cadillac Williams was coaching his first game. I mean, Auburn was bad. And then that put us on our first 6-game losing streak, I think, since 1972. And so there was a lot of things around that Auburn game to me that just kind of signaled, like, this is red alert. Like, this is not good. And so when I look at the schedule, I try to put myself in the mindset, you obviously want to take it 1 week at a time. You got New Mexico, you got Miami, you got ULM. Auburn, your first conference game. Hugh Freeze is back. Right, Hugh Freeze won his last 3 games against A&M. He always coaches well against us. But Auburn also has 4 returning. They lost 4 O-linemen. We have a lot of talent up on the D-line. So I think it's a game where you could see Connor and the offense get loose. They got new DC. And you could see our D-line and guys get comfortable, get the crowd in the game. And, man, I just don't like Hugh Freeze. And so I'd like to beat him. Maybe that's another reason I have Auburn circled.
I hope we go to Bama comes here with an undefeated A&M. So I was talking to Bron, and he laughed at me when I made this comment, but it's supposed to be perfect weather for offense this weekend. And I was like, maybe that plays into A&M's advantage because the pitching has been suspect. And he laughed. He goes, take a look at that Florida offense. So I'll pose the same kind of scenario to you. That Florida offense is giving about, 9 runs a game. Just how explosive are they, and how does that affect this weekend with the potential for offensive baseball?
Well, first of all, you can't let Bronny laugh at you. You can't let a man laugh at you like that. So give him a hard time. But you know what? I'm not going to laugh, but I do agree. Offensive environment, certainly it would be a wash at best for A&M. I mean, I think when you look at Florida overall, you look at Jack Caglione, Wyatt Langford, Kate Curlin, Josh Rivera. That's had a really nice bounce back year offensively for those guys. They're very, very offensive. They can hit for a lot of power. And so I actually don't think that favors A&M at all. I think that actually kind of hurts them because the thing about Florida is, they have a potent offense, but they also have Hurston Waldrop. They got Brandon Sprode on the mound. They've got some big-time arms on the mound. And, you just got to figure in an offensive environment like that, the team with better pitching is the team that's going to win that series. So, Florida for me has a significant edge on paper, but as we've seen in college baseball this year, having a significant edge on paper doesn't really mean a lot. And then the fact of the matter is, I know we're, in week 12 now, and saying this over and over and over, it's kind of like a broken record. But I mean, I still feel like A&M has something in the tank. I still don't. I mean, they are who they are, but I mean, this is a lineup and a team that to me is entirely too talented to sit here and just sputter all the way to the postseason. So we'll see if this is a weekend where, after last night, they kind of played a little bit lifeless for a little while.
Anna Rosa, one last time, tell them what to do.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
There you go.
You know what to do.
Anna Rosa.
You got to do it. I mean, especially for me. Do it for me today,
there
all
you
right?
go. Comment how much you're going to miss Anna Rosa.
Don't do that.
Good luck, Anna Rosa. It's been so much fun working with you since August, and we know you're going to kill it. So that's TexAgs Rewind. Thanks, y'all.
Woo.